Opening my tea party just for you. Who is that? It's Ririna, the so-called anime enthusiast fox. It's time to react to Punishing Grey Raven for the first time. Well, not really, because I did check out the PVs 7 months ago, which I don't really remember anymore. I just remember that there were 3 characters I was interested in, but that's about it. And I don't really have them on my channel because it was during the time when I was transitioning into my new model, which is this one right here. So if you do want to check it out, the links are in the pinned comment down below. I also have the first time live stream scheduled, I believe next week. That link is also in the pinned comment, so if you'd like to give it a like or hit the notify me button so that you don't miss it, then go ahead and do so. But in any case, let's check out the best fights, the ults, and the OSTs together in this video. So let's get started.
この戦い、私を楽しませてほしいものね。
Ooh, that is fast. Ooh. But dang, there's like 98 HP bars. That's quite insane. Wow, that's clean. I did play Wuthering Waves before, and I enjoyed the gameplay for that. It's just that the exploration was not to my taste, or open world is really not to my taste, so I'm looking forward to playing this one, since it's more like a light novel or a visual novel from what I heard. No voice, but also the gameplay is a lot fast-paced and has the things I enjoyed from Honkai Impact 3rd and Wuthering Waves. I did hear that the orb system is a little bit hard to get used to, so I'm a little worried about that, but I still do look forward to trying it out. I'm not a very good gamer, so I play games for story. So if you're not really interested in watching someone who prefers diving into the story, then I'm probably not right for you. Wow. It's so pretty. That's slow-mo. I really like that ult. I'm actually going to be playing this on the iPad with the controller, Xbox controller. I'm hoping that it'll be pretty smooth. Wow! So this character that's fighting with the ults right now, they're alpha? Wow, this is really pretty. I actually expected it to be a lot more muted in color, mostly because Wuthering Waves was very muted in color compared to like other games. But this is actually very bright compared to what I expected, in a good way. Oh, that was the end. Ooh, next one. Bianca Alter. How do you know when to dodge or parry? I assume there's an indicator, I just don't know what it is right now. Ooh. The thorns. I like the snapping of the fingers. That's a really cool audio effect. Ooh. Yeah, this game seems to be a lot more vibrant with the colors compared to their most recent game. Or maybe it's because when I played, the colors that they chose for the characters in Wuthering Waves wasn't as bright compared to maybe more recent characters. Ooh. Only 19. The lag right there. I expect mine to be something along those lines too. The sounds of the fight are so satisfying to listen to. Ooh. That must be the next stage. So fast! Ooh, so close! It's so fast paced, I don't know where to look sometimes. Go! I assume that you can switch between characters, or is that not something that they do in this game? Only 5 more. Almost done, almost done. She kind of reminds me of some characters that I can't really think of at the top of my head. With the thorns and the purple. She's a really cool character. I don't think she was one of the characters I was most curious about lore-wise. But I do like how she looks and her abilities. I think one of them was a guy that I was curious about, but the other 2 were girls. Maybe I'll see them here somewhere. That was gorgeous! This one is Hyperreal versus Unearthly Projection. The one good thing about me is that I will forget this after a week. I'm very forgetful. Oh, I think it's him! Or maybe not. I know it was a blondie. Maybe it was him that I was curious about. Because there was something in the PVs, I can't really recall since it's been 7 months, but there was a PV that showed like the past, or at least implied the past of one of the characters that were blonde. They were a guy. I think it's this guy, or maybe it was some other blonde guy. And it seemed very interesting, so I'm really looking forward to learning about the lore and just experiencing the story. I did hear that I think starting chapter 8 is when it gets good, or chapter 9. I don't really mind world building since I do like Arknights, which also takes a while. But this will be exciting! I will be most likely creating video essays on this game too, in regards to story themes and character analysis, in regards to how we can relate to real life. So if you're interested in that, then you can look forward to that in the future. Wow. I assume that the difficulty level for this game is pretty high, which is what I'm scared of, but I want to experience the story. Nice. Ooh! Gosh, that's so cool. I assume that boss is the Unearthly projection. Ooh. That's the second stage. How pretty. Is it like a gravity pull? Ooh. How did they dodge that? Ooh. You know, I always like it whenever they do like that glass shattering effect or screen shattering. Brings so much impact. That was cool. How do you reach? Or then again, you're shooting, so I guess it doesn't matter. My gosh, 50 HP bars though? I don't know if I would be able to. I mean, I guess I'll try my best. Maybe it's not as bad in the early game. Or I guess the characters are strong enough, so it doesn't matter. That was beautiful. Maybe it's not him. I feel like maybe it's not him. I guess we'll see. Oh, it's this alpha person again. Mother structure. Ooh. 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 It's like a spider. The way it's swinging with the strings, I think that's what it is. I think out of all the characters I've seen so far, I like her ability the best, just because it's so pretty to look at. But I assume she's pretty hard to get. Go! Motorcycle. That was pretty cool. Ooh. I assume in this game, parrying is a lot more preferable than dodging. You know, this boss fight actually looks pretty fun. 49 combo! Come on. I wonder how long it can take to be able to master this game. Or at least the combat, so you don't get injured. I assume the orb system is what triggers the ult. I'm still not very 100% clear on what it is, but judging by the UI and whatnot, it kind of looks like that. If I remember correctly, someone recommended that I do the weeklies instead of prioritizing the dailies for this game. Which sounds pretty nice. Although I do wonder how good or bad the building system is for the character. Like, does it take a long time? Ah, here's the ultimates! I think her name is Lucia? Or maybe not. I can't tell. They're too far. Okay, that one is Lucia, right? I think that was her name. Oh, it's amazing if I remember any of their names at this point. 7 months ago. Oh, I think I was interested in her at one point when I was watching the PVs. I just don't remember if it was her. How beautiful. Oh, I think it's her. Yeah, I think she's the one I was interested in. She looked like a magical girl. I don't think it's this guy, actually, now that I think about it, on who I was interested in before. I feel like it was a different guy. But I guess I'll figure it out eventually. Oh, that one looks so cool though. I like flashy explosions. Is it him? No, it's not. I don't think so. Is that a fish? Tuna? Ooh. How pretty. Is it him? There's a lot more blonde guys than I thought. It's not him, that's for sure. But his weapon's cool. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that they have a lot more guy characters than what I typically see. Her voice is my favorite. But also I like bow users. That one is the Bianca altar. Oh, I'm starting to remember. So flashy. Oh, I like hers. How tempting. You know, looking at this, it's starting to give me some flashbacks of what I saw in the PVs. It's a good review. Sort of, not that I know the context behind those things. She kind of looks like... what was it? Neptunia? I think that's what it was called. Oh, that scared me for a second. Ooh, that's a satisfying. I kind of like that one. Hers looked really cool. Oh, how flashy! I like flashy! Now that I think about it, does everyone play with the English audio, Japanese audio, or Chinese, or Korean? I assume they have those languages. I'm not sure which language audio I should choose. Obviously, text and everything will be in English, though. That's so pretty. Oh, wait, I think it's her. She's the other one I really liked. Yeah, the one that plays instruments. Oh, yeah, this girl. I think there was one that she played the violin, right? Or maybe my memory is a little foggy. Ooh. So far, a lot of the characters seem very fast-paced. I tend to enjoy those that are fast-paced compared to the ones that are a bit slower in speed. Mostly because I really am bad with that type. That's cool. The weapon. A lot of the characters are very familiar. So I guess I do remember some characters, even though I don't know their names. Ooh, that's cool. I like the flashy. I like how they make use of a lot of shapes for the flashiness. At least the ones that aren't explosive. And then they also make use of a lot of screen cracking effects. Ooh. Okay, I like that one. I'm partial to shadow type stuff. Oh, the dragons.
隠れ極集調印
It's becoming a lot more artistic.
全てぶっ壊して
What an interesting
ハッ
ult.
キング開始します
That's so it what? I never knew there could be an ult that looks like that. I assume that you can't just like move it yourself, or is it just always set like that? Oh, finally on to the music. Revelation. There's like a subtle amount of tension with the lack of other instruments. I think there's only like very few layers. But then you can hear the buildup happening here. And now the drums are becoming louder. Speeding up. I'm not entirely sure if this particular soundtrack is meant for a battle or if it's just a character EP or if it's something else. If anyone can clarify it down in the comments, that'd be great. It seems like a very chill song to listen to while you're gaming though. If it has to do with this character that we're seeing right now in this video, then it seems like this character is a very steady person, but also has a lot of tension inside. It seems like it's getting faster too, with speed, the tempo. And now there's a quietness here. Perhaps it's this character that is reflecting on what she did or what others have done that affected her. It's not a very comfortable peacefulness or silence or slow part. It's a very uncomfortably intentional, obviously, intentions. Or I guess the proper way to describe it is that it's intentionally uncomfortable with the tension. Like, while there's not that many instruments that are playing, it still retains the tension from before and even more emphasis onto it than previously. But then all of a sudden here, there's less tension. There's no tension at all anymore. Maybe this character is coming to a revelation or has enlightened themselves about something or about themselves. That's only assuming that it's about this character that this EP is made for. Of course, I'm not entirely certain. That's just my guess. As someone who doesn't know who this character is and have not played this game. But there's definitely less tension here than in the first part of the song. But you can definitely see the revelation from that. I think probably the first part of the song is more focused on the troubles that they experience, the situation that frustrated them or that confused them and they're not sure about, but they have to move forward. But now in the second part, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It feels more like, oh, I'm now enlightened about the situation and about what I'm about to experience or what I'm experiencing. That revelation is here. and now they're moving forward. I feel like that's what this particular part I'm listening to right now is indicating. With the voices, the melody, and the drums. Before, when the drums were going faster, it made you feel made me feel very uncomfortable and very intense, but here it feels more like excitement. And I think the vocals here are indicating that. Perhaps their thoughts, their revelation. Okay, so I guess I'm partially right, perhaps? I think it's an interesting choice to only have the vocals in a very specific part of the song, but not have it be the entire focus of the song. But when it does appear, it's very much an indicator that this is exactly what their thoughts are and what their revelation is, which is us, I guess. That's my guess. I really like that song. It was very chill music. I still think that it's a good song for playing games with. So I do wonder if it's just boss music. I don't think so, actually. Or rather, character music. Last Resort. Oh, I recognize her. I think she had a really sad PV where she lost someone. That's all I remember. And then she became a fighter or something along those lines. I think the person she lost was a grandpa? Could be wrong. If I get it right though, let me know. I'll be so proud of myself. I think her name starts with the N. I can't remember. What was it? N-I... Or maybe it wasn't N-I. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh well. I'm sure someone will correct me down below. But judging from what I remember, if it is her, then this part of the song is more of her standing up and remembering the good times, but also the bad times of what makes her who she is right now. And she's getting ready to fight with the whole that part that repeats. It gives you the sense of I'm preparing for a battle, which clearly is what she is like from what I can recall. Like, to her, that fighting is a huge part of herself and what shaped her into who she is right now with the losses that she experienced. But because it's so steady throughout, she doesn't seem like someone who is, let's say, emotionally unstable. She seems pretty stable inside. Like, she might have trauma and whatnot, but I don't think she has any particular problems other than that. And I think right here at this moment, that part, she's fully embracing herself and going forth into her mission. At least that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's accurate, but that's what I'm assuming. I really feel like this character is a very dependable person. In some ways, I do think that she's the type who doesn't show her emotions, like her true emotions, up front. Mostly because in the music, there's like a cutting off effect, which I think is an indicator that she doesn't really show who she actually is, or at least her thoughts to everyone. Like she might cover it up like a tsundere or something. But in the inside, she's a very steady person, and emotionally and mentally. And that she has overcome her trauma and grew as a person thanks to whatever she experienced. But obviously, because of what she experienced, she has a lot of strong desires and goals because of it, which I assume is why she's fighting. To her, it's her mission, her goal, her life purpose. That's what this particular part sounds like with the vocals. Like, this is who I am and what I have to do for the rest of my life, and I am devoted to it. That is the indication I'm getting from the vocals. And also the faster tempo as time goes by. Even if it means losing her life. Whenever there's like vocals in this kind of song, it just reminds me of someone with a holy aspect to them, whether it's their life purpose or their role as a person, or the things that they experience that are, I guess, holy-ish. That's the best way I can put it. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Yay for guessing! LAMIA. I'm starting to be more certain that all of these songs are character-focused, character EPs, rather than boss. It's a very relaxing but peaceful, but also nerve-wracking or emptiness to it. Like water. Like being in a cave and then listening to the water drip onto a pond or a puddle. Oh, but not anymore! This feels like you're entering into a cave where you know there's a boss monster. But you have to face it anyways. So you're moving forward. I feel like I can hear a journey in this song. As if you're going into a dungeon. And it's just you and the monsters and the cave. A peaceful, silent, but tense walk inside. I guess this one is not a character EP, Wonder if it's just battle music or some kind of stage music. Feels like whenever there's like vocals, it's as if they're being leveled up from the previous in some way. Could be enlightenment, could be actual level or string. It seems like tension is reaching the peak. Ah, this is the peak, okay. We're here. At the top. You know, now I'm starting to understand what this feeling is. It feels like when you're riding a roller coaster, like a water roller coaster or a water ride, and you're starting to reach the end soon. That's the feeling it's giving me. A lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation, but you know where you're going and where the end point is. And you feel free. I think it's starting to come to an end here. But you almost don't want it to end. This would probably be a good song to have on repeat. It's like you're coming back to the beginning again. And I was right, it is coming to a close. Hikari, the light, huh? Is that who I think it is? Don't know her name. Don't know if it's right. But the main girl, perhaps? Just with her hair down? Maybe? I can imagine her running through the streets, looking for the enemy. Just like the name, I think the character, if it is based on her, or if it's her EP, that she found the light at this very moment in the song with the vocals. Or it has motivated her to move forward, to continue fighting, and that she has a purpose for fighting. I don't really know what exactly she is fighting in this game, but clearly she now has a purpose to continue that fight, even though things are pushing down on her. And now we're at the peaceful, slow part. Maybe she's sleeping or resting or thinking about the past or the reason why she has a reason for fighting. In some ways, the vocals gives a very nostalgic yet also sad tone to it. Like you feel like a tinge in your heart that makes you feel slightly bitter or bittersweet, I suppose. But accepting of whatever happens next. Although what I'm hearing also kind of reflects what's being shown too. Like the vibe that it gives you. It's a very beautiful song. So far, I've been enjoying all of them. I think we just have one more to check out. Narwhal. How creepy. The echoing does remind me of a whale though. And the lack of instruments but the echoing really reminds me of being in the water, in the ocean, where nothing can really save you. You're just alone in the ocean, drifting away. It's very eerie. Especially since the vocals are at the front and focus. With only the piano. I think that's the piano. There's a deep sadness with just the piano and an echoing effect as if you're in a room, empty room, large empty room. There's a tension that's building here with the steady melody. And there we go. There's a slight disturbance, whether it's in this character's psyche or with the situation going on. Mostly because the music is, the melody in particular, doesn't really flow. It's like very cut off, if that's the best way to put it, I suppose, for me at least. But it seems like the situation is not good, but not bad either. But it's steadily getting worse. Perhaps this character has reached their limit on whatever they're experiencing or are frustrated about. And now they're fighting. I hear a lot of frustration in this music, but that could just be me. This is just my interpretation of what I'm hearing. I could be wrong, I could be right. Who knows? But the melody indicates a sadness. It's not a happy melody. It's a very bittersweet, depressing melody. And then with the other things on top of it, it's kind of hiding that sadness, but it deepens it somehow at the same time. Maybe they gave up on something, on hope, and they're just letting themselves get consumed. Almost like the imagery of dropping into the water that anime and a lot of games like to do, where they're just drowning slowly but surely. And even if they reach out their hand, no one's grabbing it. Or maybe in the inside, they still wish to be saved by someone or something. Oh, and it seems like someone is. It feels like this character is being stubborn on not wanting to be saved, but someone's desperately trying to save them. And it's their journey together to break out of that darkness. And maybe this character is starting to realize that they also want to escape from that darkness, that ocean, alone, and be with people. And be with them. Because you could hear that it's just her singing. Well, maybe it's not the actual voice actress, but like the single voice versus the choir indicates the character versus the whoever's trying to save them. Maybe it's a group of people or one person. I don't really know about that. But seems like it's coming to a close. That was beautiful. Gosh, that was a lot more fun than I expected. Like, I recognized some of the characters, which I was pretty happy about, considering that I watched the PVs like 7 months ago. And the fact that I can recognize some characters, I just don't remember their names. But I recognize and remember some of the things I've watched in the PVs makes me pretty happy, because it shows that the characters in Punishing Grey Raven, their character design is a lot more, unique than I expected. I mean, considering that I can remember is surprising enough since I have a really bad memory. But I also am very amazed by the quality of the gameplay. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised since Wuthering Waves was also really good when it comes to combat. But I actually think the combat in Punishing Grey Raven was a lot more, I guess, spectacular. I don't really know how to explain it. Maybe those who are more experienced gamers can explain the differences a bit better. But I think I prefer a game like Punishing Grey Raven over Wuthering Waves, mostly because I myself don't really enjoy open world as much, because it just makes me tired for some reason. I don't know if any of you are like that. I mean, they're really awesome, but my stamina cannot withstand a large amount of open world exploration gameplay. And Wuthering Waves and Genshin just happen to be like that, which is why I don't really play them as much anymore. I prefer games like Honkai Impact 3rd, Punishing Grey Raven, Blue Archive Nikke, and that stuff, Limbus Company, because you don't have to like explore, you just focus on the story and the gameplay, which is nice to my taste. So I'm looking forward to checking out this game soon. I think next week. Like I said, the live stream link is down below, so you can always click on the notify me button or click the like button for that, just so that you get notified and or it gets sent to your feed. Helps with the algorithm, honestly. But other than that, the music was really good. It's a lot, I mean, I've heard similar types of music in other games too, but there's definitely a specific style for Punishing Grey Raven music so far, at least the ones I've heard, that I'm really enjoying. I like the fact that they don't really rely so much on vocals, like actual vocal lines with lyrics. They depend more on like the choir voice, the instruments itself and the effects that they put in, which honestly is great to hear. I really enjoyed that, so I'm looking forward to experiencing everything myself. I probably won't be like reacting to more of anything, to be honest, mostly because I enjoy experiencing it directly in the game itself. So I am very much looking forward to that. I will be playing Punishing Grey Raven maybe once every 2 weeks or weekly almost. Most likely once every 2 weeks, because I play Nikke as well on a very consistent basis. So you can look forward to that. And on the other end of things, the character ultimates, which I didn't discuss and I will discuss right now, but I really enjoyed it. I do think the character ultimates in Wuthering Waves was a lot cleaner, at least in the early days, obviously, because they have more experience at that point. But the later character ultimates for Punishing Grey Raven was just as good. So they clearly grabbed what they're good at and then applied it to Wuthering Waves. But in any case, I do look forward to the story a lot for Punishing Grey Raven. Mostly because I heard really good things. I don't know about the characters themselves, but the story is what I heard was good. I do look forward to the world building aspect as well, because the more world building a story has in the beginning, the more you'll understand the implications of risks and exactly what they're dealing with later down the road, even if the world building is slow or whatnot that people like to say. And I have played visual novels before and I enjoy games like Arknights, so you don't have to worry about me getting bored by the story. I'm very much a story person. So if you also enjoy stories, then please do subscribe and like this video and look forward to my live streams because I'll be focusing on that. And I will be releasing video essays on Punishing Grey Raven. Maybe once I'm a little deeper into the story, since world building won't have as much story themes that I can really touch on. But once I do reach a point where they actually do talk about and touch on and dabble into story themes that we can relate to in real life, and then I will be making video essays pretty regularly if it's, if people are interested in watching that kind of content. But overall, I'm looking forward to this game. This game, I was looking forward to it 7 months ago, but I had a lot of things going on, so I couldn't check it out at the time. So I'm really glad that I can check it out now and hopefully enjoy it with everyone. Oh, I will have a Punishing Grey Raven playlist as well, so if you just want to keep that on the side, if you don't feel like subscribing, then you could always do that. But in any case, I just really want to experience it already. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who can help me with while I'm actually playing the game with tips. I will have the VOD released as a regular video though, instead of having the live stream VOD as a VOD on YouTube. I don't know if that makes sense, but it won't be under the live tab. It'll be under the video tab on my channel. Perhaps that's clear on what I'll be doing for the Punishing Grey Raven VODs. But other than that, this will be the final reaction video on my channel, since I will be moving towards more video essay content and live streams. So if you do want to chat about the game, I do have a Kuro Games channel on my Discord server. You can always chat with me there as well. I like to watch videos that you guys share on there as well whenever I have time. I do want to maybe sketch and draw some characters from Punishing Grey Raven later too. So if you also want to, check out content like that in the future, then my server, but also my community tab on this channel will do the same. Anyways, my kids, what do you think of today's video? We managed to get through some of the best fights, some of the character ultimates, and some of the best OST for this game, which was awesome. I did analyze part of it and gave you my thoughts and comments on everything, so I hope you enjoyed that. Of course, a lot of the music discussion was just my guesses and my analysis on the instruments and even the lyrics whenever they did have it. So I don't know if I'm right, but it'd be cool if I did. Let me know down below how wrong or right I am, but don't give me too many spoilers. So I am looking forward to playing this game. So let's etch this entire memory and keep it safe. And as always, formally inviting you to my next tea party, the so-called anime enthusiast fox. Who's that? This was Ririna, so until the next one then, bye!